Today on Dad Hut, we're taking a look at the AquaRest AR400 plug-and-play hot tub. Is it any good? Let's find out. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dad Hut. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the AquaRest AR400 plug-and-play hot tub. Now, this hot tub, I cannot find any videos for it online on YouTube or anything like that. The only thing is a promotional video by the company about 10 years ago. So I figured I would make a review about my initial thoughts. We've had it for about a month now. And since it's such an expensive purchase to be online, you can't really see it. You can't go to a store and take a look at it, at least not around me. So we had to get it off Wayfair. And it cost about $2,500, and that's a big deal to be purchasing something online when you can't even go check it out, and there's almost no reviews on YouTube. So let me get into it. I'm gonna go over all the pros, all the cons, the delivery, everything, the setup, and hopefully this will help you if this is something that you're looking at. So right off the bat, we did pay for this ourselves. Like I said, $2,500, and that was everything pretty much out the door. That was tax, delivery, and everything, and that was off Wayfair. And you can pay an extra $50 to Wayfair to have them deliver it to your backyard. We did do that, but the delivery company was not able to deliver it into our backyard. They didn't have the proper equipment. So they were able to put it in my garage, and that's it. Now, Wayfair did the right thing immediately. As soon as I contacted them, they refunded the money for the extra $50. So no harm, no foul. They were on it pretty quickly. And then me and a buddy, just two of us, were able to get it in the backyard. Now, it comes all wrapped on a pallet. It's in this big plastic wrap. In the cardboard box is the actual cover for the hot tub, and then the hot tub itself is kind of wrapped in a white kind of plastic paper, and then clear plastic wrap all around it as well. So we were able to just drag it along pieces of cardboard, so we didn't scratch it up from the front to the back. It weighed about 250 pounds, I think is what it said. Certainly felt like 250 pounds. So two people can do it, but probably three would be better, four would be even best, but you can move this yourself. So the outer shell is pretty hard. It's pretty durable. It's kind of like a very hard molded plastic. I guess that's the best I could explain it. The seats are comfortable. It does have a little bit of texture to it, so this way you don't slide or slip on it or anything like that, but nothing too bad. There are 4 cup holders that are molded in there too, so every single person in the hot tub has a place to put their drink. And it's certainly going to be a lot more sturdy than an inflatable hot tub. Now, I don't think it's indestructible. I'm sure you could take a baseball bat to it and put a hole in it, or if you drop something really heavy in there, you could crack it or something like that. But certainly a lot more sturdy than an inflatable hot tub, and you should be good to go as long as you're not doing anything crazy. So once we got it placed where we wanted it, you just open up the little panel door on the bottom. Just make sure that the drain is closed before you put any water in it. It should be closed, but you should double check it anyways. Now, everything in there, all the wires and tubes and everything, it's kind of just thrown around in there, but hopefully I'm not having to work on this hot tub at all. But if I do, it's certainly a mess in there. It's not like everything is ran, clean. But once you make sure the drain is closed, start filling it up with water. Do not plug it in yet. Do not plug it in until it is full with water. So once you plug it in, it's going to start running immediately. So something that the manual doesn't do a great job explaining is that the pump is going to be on, but you need to turn the jets off. So the jets are just these 2 little knobs, and I guess you would count the Waterfall as a jet as well. So once you plug it in, if those are on, just turn them all the way off. They don't click off or anything like that. It's just like a volume knob. You just go all the way down and they'll be off. Now, you're still going to see water moving. It's just not going to be powerful jets. That water moving is the heated water that the tub is now cycling in. So turn the jets all the way off, but the pump will still be on, and you will still see a little bit of water circulating coming out of the jets, but it's just a little bit, and that's the hot water that it's pumping into the hot tub. So let it do its thing. It's probably going to take, depending on the time of year and depending on where you are, it's probably going to take anywhere from 10 to 24 hours. I think mine took a total of 15 just to get up to 100 degrees. But once it hits 100 degrees, it will then turn off, and you can push buttons and stuff like that. For that whole time, you're not gonna be able to change the temperature, you're not gonna be able to turn off the pump, you're not gonna be able to do anything. Just let it do its thing. Once it hits 100 degrees, it will turn itself off, and you can then change the temperature to whatever you want. You can turn the jets on, you can turn the pump off, turn the lights on, do whatever you wanna do, but let it do its thing first. So once it's all up and running, I had it set to 104, and it has no problem keeping 104. Sometimes it even gets hotter than 104 because we're in the dead of summer right now, so it's like 100-degree days. So sitting at 104, plus it's got the the cover on it, it'll get up to 105, 106, and if I just don't want it that hot, I can just take the cover off. And it will start to cool down back down to like 104. But I don't know how it's going to do in the winter. I'm assuming that it's going to do just fine in the winter, but I don't know yet, as it is still August. So the jets, I think there's like 19 or 20 jets in this particular model. Like I said, they do make other models. AquaRest makes like smaller ones with like the 2-seater, but then they make like 6-person ones. So then they have some that you can convert from from 120 to 240, whatever it might be. This one here can only be a 120 plug and play, and that's what we want and that's what we need, so it works for us. But the jets are super powerful. It feels just like any other regular hot tub when the jets are on. They have different layouts too. There's like ones that go straight up and down your spine, there's ones that do your lower back, and then there's another seat that will just do like your whole back. So depending on what seat you're sitting on, depends on what kind of jets you're gonna get. One thing about these that they do say is that if you're running the jets, it's not going to be able to heat the tub at the same time. Again, not a huge problem. I guess it would be if you like kept it uncovered and you were in it for like several hours at a time. It would lose temperature enough to where it probably wouldn't be comfortable to sit in. But running the jets while I'm in it and then getting back out, it gets might lose like 2 degrees, and then it gets back up to temp within an hour. So the filter, super easy to clean out. You just unscrew it, take off the little waterfall cover, unscrew the filter, and you can spray it out and clean it. And replace that every so often if you need to, if it feels like it's not getting clean from spraying it with a hose. But otherwise, spray it down with a hose, pop it back in, and you're good to go. So the cover's really nice. It does fold just like you would see on any normal regular hot tub, and you can sit in there with it just half open, which is going to be great for the wintertime when you want to just get in and get out and don't want to have to be out there in the freezing cold taking the cover off, because in an inflatable hot tub, you actually have to undo all the clips and then take off the blow up cover, and it gets pretty cold when you're out there doing that. But in this, we don't even have it clipped on because it's heavy enough to just stay on the hot tub as it is. Now, if you have kids and you want to make sure that they don't get in the hot tub unsupervised or something like that, little kids, then yes, they do come with clips that you can make sure that the cover of the hot tub is clipped down and secure. But for us, we just fold it off, take it down, and we're good to go. It says it's a 4-person hot tub, and it definitely is a 4-person hot tub. We had a 4-person inflatable hot tub, and it was tight with 2 people in it. But this here truly is 4 people. 4 people can sit in this very comfortably. They're all going to have their own seat, their own set of jets. With 4 people in, you won't be able to stretch your feet out. You'll have to kind of just regularly sit, and then everybody's feet will be in the big open middle. But with 2 people, you can definitely, each person can stretch out, put their feet out across the way from them, if that's what you want to do. So one thing that is pretty cool, when it does get dark out, you do have a light that will kind of light up behind like where the waterfall is supposed to be, and kind of lights up the water as well. I think it's like blue, purple, red, green, yellow, or something like that. And then it will actually cycle through them and kind of light 2 at the same time and kind of create all these different colors as well if you want to do that, or you could just leave it on one color. Whatever you want to do, it's pretty cool. Nice little touch. So let's talk about some of the things that I didn't like or was kind of, I guess, odd with it. At least with mine, the 2 buttons, the light button and the pump button, very easy to push. You can push it with your index finger, you can push it with a pinky, and it's going to come on and off. Now the temperature up and the temperature down are a totally different story. You have to push really hard on those guys to get it to register that you were pushing those buttons. I don't know if that's in for a safety thing or if mine's just one of one and it's just like that. They do work, but you have to push down pretty hard on those, the temperature up and the temperature down. The other thing I would say is the waterfall. It just kind of sounds like a toilet. Not something we ever use. It's not very pleasant, I guess, to listen to. It's not much of a waterfall coming down either. So kind of gimmicky. I guess it's there if you want it, but to me, we'll never use it. And it's just another place that it could possibly leak from. So not a big fan of the waterfall, but besides those two things, so far so good. So the reason why we went with this plug and play hot tub is we started out with an inflatable hot tub. I wanted to see if it was something we were going to use, if it was going to be useful, if we were going to get our money's worth. We actually loved the inflatable hot tub. And if you're on the fence about getting a hot tub, I suggest getting like a $300 or $400 hot tub first. And the reason why I say that is you're going to figure out whether or not you're going to use it or not enough, whether or not inflatable hot tub is good enough for you, and whether or not you even want a hot tub at all. So the only reason why we got rid of the inflatable hot tub is because we have 2 dogs and 2 kids, and we put a hole in the actual inflatable part of the hot tub. The heater and everything, the element was still working, but we did get a hole in the actual tube. And to replace that, it cost just about as much as buying a whole new set. So we didn't want to do that because we think we would just, ruin it again. But I think a inflatable hot tub is probably where you should start if you're on the fence. We did not want to go and get a quote-unquote real hot tub or get like a 240 and have that stuff ran, because we're talking over, close to $10,000, if not more, to do that. For this, we already had the electric socket in the back, $2,500 out the door, and we're good to go. And if this works, if it stays working and it lasts years, I don't really see why for us we would need anything more than this. This keeps the water hot, the jets are powerful, and that's all we're looking for. So for us, we're super pleased so far. It's everything that we were hoping it would be. Now we're only a month into it. The only real question left is how long is this gonna last us? Hopefully we get many, many years out of it. I know they do sell parts if things break and you can possibly fix it for, relatively cheap. But hopefully this lasts us a really long time, because if it does, then it's certainly going to be worth the money. For us, getting over $10,000 for a quote-unquote regular hot tub just doesn't make sense when this exists. So that's it. I hope this video helped you out. Like I said, it's a pretty expensive purchase for just looking at it online, and there was no reviews on YouTube, like nothing. So hopefully this video helped you out. I think it's worth it so far. As long as we get long life out of it, it's going to be totally worth it. Please like this video, subscribe so you don't ever miss any of these Dad Hut videos, and I'll see you on the next one.